Hello everyone, in today's video I will be giving you guys a forecast on the system that will be bringing a whole lot of snow to the northeast United States and severe weather to the southeast US. So let's get right into the video. Alrighty, so as we can see here, we have a 1000 millibar low pressure system right here located in central Idaho. And as we are seeing here, we're seeing some pretty heavy amounts of snowfall. It's not super heavy, but it's decently heavy to where it could accumulate quite a bit, maybe up to 8 inches. So about 6 to 8 inches probably. So, but anyways, let's go ahead and move this on into Sunday. And as we could see here, we are seeing a pretty heavy amount of snowfall in North and South Dakota. And we're seeing a decent amount of snowfall in northeast Montana there as well. So, but as we can see here, since the system is going to be moving a little slowly, we could be seeing decent amounts of snowfall accumulating in those areas. But then come Easter Monday, we have the system that generates from the moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. So this is the system that we really need to be keeping an eye on, because this is what will be giving us our severe weather for the southeast. But then if we look as well, if we go forward, this turns into a nor'easter and goes up the coast. So, and this will be bringing quite a lot of snow to New York and the New England area. So definitely something to keep an eye on for sure when this does go up that area. And as we can see here, we do have quite a bit of ice and freezing rain accumulations in the panhandle of West Virginia, or really just eastern West Virginia, and the panhandle of Maryland. And then we also have the streak of heavy snow in eastern Ohio and western Pennsylvania. So let's go ahead and get right into the snowfall accumulations on the 10 to 1 scale, which this is what's going to be accumulating on the ground. So as we can see here, we have about 9 inches of snow at most in North Dakota, but on average, we have about maybe 6 to 7 inches in those pinks there. So definitely we could be seeing a decent amount of snow, especially for April too. So for April, we could definitely be seeing a pretty decent snow event for those in the northern plains in North Dakota there. And then also for Minnesota, we could be seeing maybe about 4 inches, not too much in through there. But Ohio looks like we could be seeing a decent amount too, maybe some areas. Potentially maybe seeing 5 inches in those really light blues as I'm seeing. But and then Pennsylvania and New York, we could be seeing about more than half a foot of snow, 6 inches plus in the higher elevated areas of Pennsylvania and New York there. So definitely this could be a decent snowfall event. But and then for the mountains of western Montana and the panhandle of Idaho, we could be seeing snowfall accumulations more than a foot. So and that'll definitely be a lot. And then western or eastern Washington, we could be seeing snowfall in excess of 6 inches as well. So let's go and go to our total snowfall Kuchera model here, and this is going to be the amount of snow that'll just fall, not what's going to be on the ground. What's going to be on the ground is the 10 to 1 scale, which is what I just showed you guys. But as we can see here, we could be seeing snowfall amounts of 12 inches in North Dakota in the central part there, but on average, we could be seeing about 8 or 9 inches, which is quite a lot of snow, again, for mid-April. And then it looks like in the mountainous regions in the panhandle of Idaho and western Montana, we could be seeing quite a bit of snow in those areas too, more than a foot of snow falling. Again, not what's going to be on the ground or what's not going to be totally on the ground. Again, that's the 10-to-1 model that I had showed you guys before. But as we are seeing here, it's not showing as much of snow in Pennsylvania on the Kuchera model, but we could still be seeing snow in excess of 6 inches. Mostly it's going to be around 4 or 5 inches. A lot of areas seeing 2 or 3 on the Kuchera. Same thing goes for eastern Ohio and New York. So let's go and take a look at our freezing rain, because we did have that spot of freezing rain in West Virginia there. And as we can see, we actually have a whole lot of isolated areas of freezing rain in the west. Not a whole lot of freezing rain, maybe freezing rain of maybe 0.10 to quarter a foot of, or quarter an inch of freezing rain in the western mountains here. But it looks like that we could be seeing maybe more than half an inch of freezing rain in western or eastern West Virginia in the panhandle of Maryland there. The mountains of Virginia, we could be seeing quite a lot of that too. So definitely for those in the mountainous regions in West Virginia, this will be something to keep an eye on, because we could be getting, localized power outages, slippery conditions with freezing rain. So definitely a pretty decent situation in those areas. But now let's go ahead and get right into the severe weather part of this. So as we can see here, here is what we're going to be seeing for our most unstable cape. And as we can see here, we actually have quite a lot of cape in these areas. So 2,800 joules per kilogram in places like the border of Alabama and Mississippi there. And then that's going to move through, and we still have quite a bit of that in southern Alabama and Georgia. We still have quite a lot of that too. Over 3,000 joules per kilogram in Georgia, which is actually quite a lot of cape. Usually a decent event would need above 1,000 joules per kilogram, but this is more than 2,000 joules per kilogram, almost 3,000 joules per kilogram. So that's on the most unstable cape. But let's go ahead and go over to our bulk shear. And as we can see here, on our bulk shear, we're seeing about 40-45 knots bulk shear. And it looks like in northern Georgia, we're seeing 60-knot bulk shear. Let's go back a little bit here. This is for the late hours of Easter Sunday. And as we're seeing here, 48-53 knot bulk shear is a decent amount of bulk shear. It's not a whole lot, so unlike that, we've been seeing about 80 knot bulk shear last week and late March, earlier this month. So definitely, I do not think that this will be a much of a tornado event like we have been seeing, but still keep an eye on the storms, because they could be severe, and we could still be seeing a few spin-ups in this too. So there is still a decent tornado chance, but not as much as what we have been seeing for the past while now. So supercell composite, we are not seeing as much of a supercell composite either, which this is the potential for supercells to form up in the region. And it looks like that we're seeing most of that, the supercell composite on the border of Mississippi and Alabama at around 6 to 9. It looked like that we had a little area of 9 somewhere, but 8 I think it might have been 8. So, and then that'll die off once we get into Georgia, which is going to be it on in the morning of Easter Monday. So we definitely could have a few spin ups here and there, but not as much as what we have been seeing for the past while now in late March and earlier this month. So the significant tornado parameter, as we are seeing here, we're seeing about 2.3, 2.0. So which that's a decent risk of significant tornadoes, but it's not as much, again, that we have been seeing. But I mean, we still do have a pretty decent risk of that. So I definitely do think that we could be seeing a decent amount of tornadic activity in the region come Sunday and Monday. So this is on the late hours of Easter Sunday, by the way. So but anyways, so that's all I really got for y'all in this forecasting video. If you guys have not, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell. And if you guys have not, please be sure to like the video. I would really appreciate you guys doing all of that. And if you guys have not, please be sure to check the description. Be sure to join our Discord server, and be sure to follow our Twitter too. Links to those will be in the description. I definitely appreciate you all doing that. But anyways, I will go ahead and see you guys in the next video.